to know. That's where you stop.
That's some sweet Mickey.
Oh boy, I cannot with you, Jobber Nation. Welcome. I feel like we should have been like, this is the season premiere.
It is
of the Jobbertears podcast.
It is a season premiere. Yeah.
As always, I'm Janelle from HR here with Wilkins and Mrblacc in the building. We do appreciate everyone that's joining us on the live this late morning on this Friday afternoon, wherever you may be and listening and watching. We appreciate you guys. Make sure to always tell a friend to subscribe to our YouTube. A lot of people are starting to watch the podcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
So make sure to subscribe and click the notification so that you are notified when we do go live, because sometimes we go live a little later, sometimes we go live a little earlier. So make sure to subscribe to that. I do want to welcome everyone to Virgo season. Thank you. We do have a few birthdays that have passed the past like 2 weeks. I do want to shout out Dr. D.
Dr. D, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Dr. D. He definitely blessed us for JobberSlam.
Facts.
So we do definitely appreciate
there, right?
him. No, but he sent money.
Yeah.
He sent a sponsorship.
Which one?
So
Giselle Shaw is married to
You said who?
Giselle Shaw is dated Scott Demore. Finish.
Nigga.
Sorry, my bad.
Bye.
I just didn't see that coming.
Somebody had we'll get to that. That's fine. So yeah, shout out to Dr. D. Shout out to the Stephanie Hardy Wrestling Podcast. Stephanie Hardy, happy birthday to her as well.
Shout out to Randy.
Shout out to Randy, Backstage Brawl. Happy birthday. So shout out to all my Virgos. My birthday is actually this coming Sunday. So super excited to celebrate with friends and family this weekend.
But for those who miss JobberSlam,
yes, so we haven't recorded since before JobberSlam. So if you did not attend JobberSlam, please. So yes, that was I'm gonna let you mute that so I'm not echoing. Thank you so much. That was an amazing recap of JobberSlam for
was.
shout outs to every single person that attended, that sponsored, that worked to put the
We're gonna
ring
have it up this
together.
week, though.
We were blessed to have JTG a part of JobberSlam pop up. So I do want to thank him for coming out. I want to thank AJ Francis for coming out. I want to thank Muscle Man Malcolm for supporting and
retired.
promoting. He didn't retire.
That nigga retired.
Nah.
He did 2 matches. He said, "I'm done with this shit. I'm done with this." He texted me. He's like, "This shit too corny."
I'm hollering.
I said that's why I only wrestle one time a year.
One time a year.
He said, "You on the Brock thing?" I was like, "Yep."
Yep, part time.
Brock schedule.
Also shout outs to the King Bees that made their New York debut.
My favorite tag team now
at JobberSlam.
Took a picture with Zola and everything.
You said what?
You took a picture with Zola and everything.
Yeah.
Favorite tag team.
Charles Mason and Steve Pena was definitely one of the other matches that everybody was talking about. But from top to bottom, everybody enjoyed themselves.
Ingredients from Portugal.
Portugal's in the building. What time is it there? Oh my God. Thank you, Lewis, for tuning in.
What was your favorite match of JobberSlam?
It's hard because I was busy, but I feel like I'm biased because I definitely gonna toot my horn and scouting the King Bees to come up to New York. So I was telling them at the show that I had saw Danny at a show in Dallas. The show we had sponsored in Dallas.
Which one? The thick one? Or
the skinny one.
The slim one. Slim thick.
I saw her first in Dallas at a show that we sponsored, and I had flew out and I went to to represent. And then shout out to Kiki because Kiki did commentary at that same show. And then the next time I went to Texas,
shout out to Randy.
Y'all witnessing death by dishonor right now. And then I had went to my first indie show in Houston, and that's where I saw Charity. And I had told shout out to Talker Champion. Shout out to Shantice. Happy belated Shantice.
Shantice. Happy belated birthday.
But yeah, so I had went to Houston and I saw Charity, and I told her after her match because it was I thought she was amazing. I said, "Listen, I'm gonna get you to New York. Just hold on, okay?" So I've always had in my mind to bring the girls for JobberSlam 4. That was always my plan. So it was really dope to see the plan being executed and everyone enjoying to see the girls.
Shout out to the yam section.
Shout out to the yam section. But
section called yams.
Yeah, you missed it. Yeah, we're kind of closer to where I was at, at the door. The guys that were there,
all my niggas was doing that.
Yeah, they were
Kofi,
obnoxious.
Dre, Snugs, Carter Pope,
outrageous.
But my nigga Sean.
What were they saying?
Yam
section.
Yeah,
talking about booty.
Yeah,
this nigga here.
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to make sure I understand.
What else would you think it is about?
Yams, my nigga
G was there with his son. So so
section.
I appreciate everyone that came out for JobberSlam 4. It definitely was a historic event. That's why I said this episode is dedicated to your mom. When?
The cops came?
Yeah.
When?
During your match, the cops came.
When?
Yeah. Like people above it saw it. The cops came. Like 3-4 SWAT cars. Shout out to my son Eugene for holding it down. People holding like, nah, it's a wrestling match. The cops like, oh, all right, cool. It's like wrestling WWE? Yeah. And the cops left.
That's hilarious. I never heard anything of this. How do you hold on to this information for 2 weeks?
Weeks later?
Like what?
Yeah.
Yo, I added to the street fight field.
Yeah. The cops really came.
So I mean, it's a spoiler.
Whoever was there. Yo,
if anyone can co-sign this would be very interesting. But now we'll add on to why.
Yo, who is the Flyers dreamer? Who is that?
I don't know, but
introduce yourself. He was at the show.
See?
You didn't lie. We was outside. Well, no, we was. So story time with Nelly. Real quick. So originally, Sir Wilkins versus Darius Carter was supposed to be steel cage. Day of show, steel cage could not. Didn't know about kayfabe. Oh, not the cops. Yeah. So the steel cage could not fit through the door into the building. So we had to scrap the steel cage, unfortunately. And so then we flipped it into a street fight. And of course, somebody had channeled their inner Triple H vibing themselves and decided to go outside.
No, so okay, all right. If we're gonna talk about the match, we're gonna pull the curtain real quick because you're making me look like I was trying to sabotage the show.
No, that's not a sabotage. You added it like in all honesty, and that's something. Thank you, Christian Bailey, so much.
So this is what happened. She is right. We couldn't fit the thing in the cage. The cage couldn't fit into the venue.
He said, "No, nigga try to get booked on JobberSlam. What I gotta do?
Email us.
Yeah,
send footage.
Yeah.
So we couldn't get it in. So the reason for the cage was originally it was like me and Darius have done multiple matches or situations together.
Yeah.
It was time to do a blood feud.
Yeah.
Now this match is gonna put Darius over.
Yes.
Because he's already over. And I don't want to disrespect Darius in any type of capacity. He's already over. Mm. He's who he is. He's amazing at what he does. Breaking kayfabe, all other stuff to the side.
Like I traveled in North Carolina.
Yeah, so he's over.
Yeah.
But the thing was, I wanted to make it ill. I didn't want to take that many bumps. I don't want to be technical. I want to fight. I'm trying to fight. That's why I wanted to steal cage.
Like I said, let me get back to my back, my growing up. So
yeah, so I wanted to fight.
Right.
So Joakim calls me. He goes, "Hey man, good news or bad news first?" I said,
that's how he called me.
I said, "Nigga, what's the bad news?" He's like, "The cage can't go in."
Yeah, couldn't. Nope.
And there was no good news.
Well, the good news was the commissioner wasn't there.
No.
That was
So I'll explain.
That definitely was not in the phone conversation.
No, that was in the phone conversation. So to better understand what I was trying to do, the vision behind it was I wanted people to leave with some. So at the end of the day, I'm not a wrestler.
No.
From the first match to how many matches we had? 9?
Yeah.
9, yes.
We had from the first match to the 8th match, niggas were wrestling.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Steve Pena versus Charles Mason match.
Yo, shout out to the Big Propaganda Wrestling Podcast. Them niggas, shout out to my brothers from Houston, Texas, and they came all the way out for JobberSlam. Them niggas looked at me, they said, wait, yo, is he about to wrestle in a suit? That's all they kept saying. It was like,
yeah. So you had him, you had Steve Pena, you had the girls. Like literally, my goddaughter said, yo, I want to be a wrestler.
So she
after watching those four girls wrestle.
Yes.
So I can't compete with that.
No.
Listen, I can't compete with that. It's like Bad Bunny trying to compete with D. Malenko on technicality.
That'll be never. The words will be Bow Wow. That'll be never.
So I can't compete with that. So we gonna brawl. I'm big. I'm black, and I have great forearm strikes. What I've been told.
Yeah.
So how are we gonna do this?
Yeah.
So I pull up to Darius, pulling kayfabe. Kayfabe is dead right now. Zuka's gonna hate me for me talking like this. You know how Zuka is.
Yeah.
So out to Zuka, my coach. Yeah, I said it online. So, anyways, I go up to Darius. I'm like, yo, nigga, what we doing? He said, don't worry about it. I said, I know I'm not worried about it. I got you. So fast forward to the match. I'm not gonna hold you. When our mother got involved.
Oh man, hold on.
When our mother got involved in this match, I was on the floor selling, and I was smiling. Yep. I was like, we got these niggas.
Yep.
I was like, we got these niggas. So everybody's up in the crowd. Everybody's up. And I was like, yo, we got these niggas.
We got these niggas. We had these niggas.
We got them in the palm of my hand now. Because the mom's involved. She's thinking it's real.
She thinking it's so real. I felt so bad.
She's yelling and screaming at the top of her lungs. And then I'm on the floor. I whisper to Darius. Because I don't know who opened the door.
Yeah.
Yo, so Michael told me him and Brian were at the door. And he felt that y'all niggas was gonna go outside. He was standing right by y'all. Because he left where I was standing. He left where I was sitting at. Went to y'all. Because he was like, yo, I think they about to go outside. And I was just like, what? So why would he do that? And then the door opened. And then literally just think of like a crowd of people just leaving the building.
This video right here.
And then Darius wasted no time. Toss.
Yep.
I'm on the concrete, and then I go, toss me against the truck.
Yeah. Also, WCW type of shit.
Yes, I was trying
Rey
to.
Mysterio.
I was trying to do Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
But
That's
I'm not,
wicked. You're not that small.
I'm not that
You
small.
were not getting that height. So.
Yeah. So that dude started scrapping, but I didn't know the police showed up.
Yeah, they did,
Yeah, you definitely added a whole other.
When did the police show up? Where was
I saw no cop. I saw no cars.
I didn't see no cops, but it was just like kind of like I didn't see it. But you have to understand, we had a bright ass light, so it create like a sense of like how if you step back, you wouldn't see nothing. That's why. You have to, because it was so people was on top of me and everything like that. Like you would not see unless you're on the outskirt of the crowd.
The visual aspects of it, like from watching the video, the shit looked crazy.
Shit look wild. Even the video Michael had that he showed me, because I was
The
like,
shit
I'm
looked
not,
like a legit.
because I was sitting there and legit you could hear a
Where
pin
were
drop.
you?
I was sitting at the door.
Yeah.
I didn't get up.
And now people was probably was.
But everybody had.
It looked crazy.
Yo, everybody had up and left from the bleachers. Like,
Yes.
I can't even.
like in one.
I can't
And
describe it.
people
It
was
was
so
in,
organized. How
it
they
was
left too.
yeah. It was
They
in
were
one.
organized how they left?
Yes.
It was like, you know, like when you leave for like a field trip
Yes.
and everybody's headed to the train station.
Yes.
That's how that shit was.
Yes.
Everybody
Everybody
just
left
it was in
organized.
one swoop.
Nobody.
It was in one
everybody was
swoop
careful.
motion.
Yes.
Everybody went out,
Yes.
and then when y'all niggas came back in,
Yes.
everybody
went
came back
to their
in.
seat.
It was it was
Yeah.
the wildest thing. And then I'm sitting there, and I see your mom with the chair,
Yeah.
and I'm just screaming. I'm like, "Don't break the chair. The chairs are rentals. Don't." That's really I was focused on. I
Yeah.
said, "Listen." And then Shantice, I'll never forget. Shantice rolled around towards me. And she's like, yo, somebody go get Wilkins' mom because she don't know Darius will kick her. And I was just like, listen.
So to be honest,
I said, I'm pretty sure anybody that's around her is gonna back her up before he even get near her.
So to be honest, he knows what to do and what not to do. Because he did one thing that was really dope. If you watch it, he got in her face.
Yeah.
But it was the most heel respectful shit ever.
Yes.
Because he knows that, nigga, this is an old woman.
Hey, chill out. That's somebody's phone, bro. We're about to throw shit
Listen, if you haven't seen it, when Title Match decides to put it on up, y'all be able to watch it.
No. For like how that, whoever who haven't seen it, I'll definitely have it.
This thing said, I got the bootleg version.
Okay. Yeah, but go ahead.
No, so yeah, I was just worried about the chairs. So I was just like, that shit is rental. Okay, I did pay the deposit just in case the sign got broken and shit. But I was like, listen, them chairs is not ours. So please put that down, mama. But it was so dope because everybody thought that she was in on it and she wasn't.
No.
So at the end, so after the show had ended, I said, I'm sorry on behalf of your children because they should have told you something. But she was so cute. It was so cute because when she came in, she was with Mariah.
Yeah.
And I think Mariah had brought her where I was sitting at because they was wondering where the bathroom was.
Mm-hmm.
But when she saw me, she noticed, she recognized who I was. So, but your mom's is the sweetest. She definitely added. She was the MVP of JobberSlam for us. So once again, if you have not, if you were not there, we're doing our best to get it.
You saw on Title Match, like did they show the whole brawl and everything?
No, I don't know. So that's the thing. I don't know yet.
Because did they bring the camera outside?
I feel like one of them had to have the camera.
You know what? I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Because I'm trying to figure out, did they bring the camera outside?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
because
one person with a camera was outside.
Because I didn't know how it looked.
Yo, it looked wicked from inside because it just was empty. Like,
yeah,
I was like,
everybody said it was empty.
I was like, oh, I was like,
everybody said we just
yo,
waited.
I was just stuck there. I was sitting, Brittany was sitting next to me, and I was just like, did these niggas really just go outside? I said, I'm not getting up. So there's that. Like, yeah, I'm gonna just wait till they decide to come back on in. And then Michael came back in. Michael came back in with a whole blunt still lit. Didn't know it was still lit because y'all was outside.
Yeah.
And niggas was outside.
And then I heard somebody say we have to go back inside now.
Yeah.
And everybody went back inside.
Yeah.
Yo.
It's like my boy Sean said.
Single line high order. Nah,
yes.
It was the most chaotic, organized thing I think
Yes.
I've
So
ever
that's why everybody
experienced.
thought it was all like planned.
Everybody thought it was
No,
planned.
it
Because
wasn't.
the
But it
thing about
wasn't.
it, even our mother never crossed a certain line.
Yes.
Nah, she knew her boundaries.
Yes.
But you know what? It's probably because all the time she don't watch it with you, with
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah, we know we
And
watch
kind
it.
of knowing, like,
But
all right, this
I
is
think
my
that
limit.
what added the cake to everything. When like we had the kids crying.
Oh, the kids crying was
Yo,
amazing.
Tiffany had told me, she said Bella ran into the bathroom. I said, oh my God. She texted me, she said, kids is crying. I said,
Kids are
wrestling is
crying.
back.
Kids
I
are
said,
crying.
wrestling is back, baby. Because you know what? I wanted kids to experience that low key because that's how I experienced wrestling.
Facts.
Yo, when Undertaker came out and you saw that fucking urn and that gong, I was bawling.
Listen.
I was scared.
That was the goal.
Yes.
That was I told Janelle this. I told people who asked me about it. I was like, the goal was if there was kids, I needed them to cry.
Yes.
Well, mission accomplished. But once again,
All I saw
thank
this
you.
little girl on Zola's hand on my like.
Oh yeah, Mariah's daughter, she was scared. I said, "Oh my God,
bawling in tears."
kids is upset." Oh, because you get it was. Listen, thank you everyone that was a part of JobberSlam 4. It just it was a mind of its own.
The entrance, by the way.
Yeah, so that's what I had asked him.
So the thing is, the reason why I did the entrance like that because I'm out to kill Darius, so that's why I had the scream mask.
Okay, all right.
And then I was gonna do Not Like Us by Kendrick as my entrance, but I was like, no.
No.
Your signature is
your
they
signature
call me Big
is the damn LL Cool J song.
Like everyone went crazy.
If niggas would have heard They Not Like Us, they wouldn't have. Yeah, you gotta pop. You didn't hear it?
I didn't know anything that night.
Oh my God.
Like when they hold it, they call me Big LL. They call me Big
LL.
Niggas
I had ran up to the barricade on the other side because I was like, my
niggas
best
went
friend
crazy.
Yeah, so
good. I gotta pop.
This nigga didn't know he had a pop. I can't believe it. But yes, once again, JobberSlam 4 in the history books, in the books. We appreciate everyone.
And he caught the
that
catching your towel.
Oh yeah.
That shit was hard because where I was sitting at, it went in slow motion.
That's crazy.
From where I was sitting, I was just like, no.
You know I'm laughing because damn, we were too much. I got chewed out for that.
Why did they chew you out?
They was like kind of, oh, you took too much time, blah blah blah. But when I talked to the audience, they said, nah, man, you had an edge of the seat when you did that, dog.
Oh, weak.
So you know what's funny, and this is why wrestling is such an interesting thing, because the crowd doesn't see the technical shit. They're like, that shit was good. And then you go in the back, nigga, that shit was trash. Nigga, you moved funny on this one. You put your hand on the right hand side of you. So you a dumb nigga for this. And you be like,
okay.
Yeah, you're right.
My bad.
And mind you, you go home, you go from 1,000 followers to like 5,000 overnight. You're looking like, I gotta be doing something right.
But you want to get better at the technical part. And you know what's crazy?
It goes hand in hand.
You know what's crazy?
My C-Mo's brother, Mike.
I guess we'll talk about wrestling. So
he'll talk about some wrestling.
I was watching NXT, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my boy was talking to me after. Miss Parker. So, and I want to shout out this girl named Diamond.
Is she on Instagram?
Diamond Virago. She's Hogs. She's LPW's women's champion.
Okay.
Diamond is not the most technically savvy person.
Wait. Side note. Shout out to LPW for having me, my brother, and
Afro Punk.
Afro Punk. Shout outs to them.
Shout
outs to Oni King.
Yes.
Oni King.
I know the streets hate you, but we love you here.
We love you, King Oni. You coming to pod, baby. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what I saw, and me and my Only King was talking about it. Yo, Jada Parker is the future.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not talking about the moves, bro.
Just
Jada Parker has the it.
She has the
factor.
It. And you know what? When she slapped the dog shit out of Roxanne Perez, and you heard it, it wasn't even on something like, you know how like when people slap their knee when they kick? Mm-hmm. Nah, that bitch smacked the dog shit out of that girl.
Like, and this is this girl Diamond from LPW. LPW's women's champion.
Yeah.
Diamond is like a smaller version of Jada Parker. Having that instinct and the selling ability and character work, like, And that's what I'm saying sometimes. Like, when the moves are great, but if you make somebody believe that you're really hurt, that's one, and people feel something, that's what Jada, when I watched her match, because I rewatched it on Monday.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, Shorty got the it factor.
Yeah.
I think she's on the level of, you remember when I used to say this about Bianca Belair?
Yeah, no, it's exactly the same.
And I was like, yo, there's something there, but she's not there yet.
Yeah. And it's so interesting because going back to when she kind of like first got with OTM, it was always like, for me, I said she was the missing factor in that, and she made them look better.
Yes.
And then, her having the match with Mia Yim and having that street fight on NXT, that was dope. Like, it just seems like they keep positioning her to highlighting her strengths while she works on her weaknesses. But her mic skills is there. Her presentation is there.
100%.
She connects with the audience in a way that I didn't even think. Like, when I watched No Mercy and I saw like they had like 13,000 people in that arena just for NXT, I was just like, yo, they're doing something. See, yeah, no,
they watch it.
They had to.
Title match.
Oh, it is on.
So I'm clipping up. Yeah, but like, sorry, but like, I was gonna say that how that the one thing I'm starting to realize is a lot of these women who's coming up, a lot of them may not have the technical, but they have the idea of how to like present yourself in the ring, how to do all the little stuff. Because there's some girls like I have watched throughout the indies, I'm looking like, yeah, technically she's not all out there because they put her in certain matches that don't highlight her strength. But when they are there with the right opponents, you see that if she keep on walking, she's gonna be good. I give it a grand example. 2 people, Nia Jax. People were shitting on her. Oh, Nia Jax was trash, blah, blah, blah. But if you remember, when she was in the ring with the right opponents, Ronda Rousey,
when she was in
Sasha Banks, Bayley, I'm talking about back in the day, she put on bangers. She came back, she got her mind right, and you saw that, they was right about that. Another person, Mandy Rose. You feel me?
Yeah, like when she went on NXT,
it's a good point,
and she got to Toxic Attraction, there was a different level of how she moved in the ring, how they showcased her in the ring. Like, and I always said that stable, even though they're trying to recycle it now, but that stable, when they did Toxic Attraction, that was the footstone for like Io Sky and them with with Damage Control. Like that was the like Toxic Attraction was the foundation of all these female stables that you're starting to get now. And Mandy Rose was at the center of all of that.
And like, Hannah, don't forget, even before that, let's go even back to it. When she was on the main roster, though, when she wasn't the greatest wrestler, but when she was put in certain feuds, you forget Naomi and her. She went to the hotel with her man and stuff like that. And after that, mind you, they blowed off in the women's Royal Rumble, but that got the one of the biggest pop of the night when she threw her out and got her redemption.
And someone else that's kind of getting up there in the ring, on the low, Maxine Dupree.
Yes,
that when she was on Raw this past week. And even the match she had the week before that, I was just like, nah, like she getting her reps in. I see. So like they really are starting to position, certain women to be in those type of positions.
But I think it's also one of the things is, and people used to get on Vince about it. By the way, shout out to the documentary coming out. I cannot wait.
We're gonna have
we'll touch base on that one.
Yeah, we may have to have a whole separate episode just on that particular thing.
Long story short, it's some people have the it factor.
Yeah.
I remember I was talking to Kevin Knight. He was talking about a particular wrestler. He was like, yo, he has a presence in the ring. So the technical stuff will come. If you put the work in and you get the reps in and the chances in, you'll get the technical stuff. And one of the things you got to love about NXT, especially where it's at right now, is, hey, we're going to get your reps in.
Yeah.
We're going to get your reps in. And
I don't know how every week they're able to get like 8-9 matches in a 2 hour span.
So, but the thing about it, but the 8-9 matches are like 3 minutes long, 5 minutes long.
Yeah, they're straight to the point. You get the message, you get where you got to go, and then you move on.
So, but because that works up your, it's like working out. You can't run for an hour if you never really ran like that. get 10 minutes in, get 5 minutes in, get 15 minutes in. Then you slowly start building up. And I think that's what they've been doing. And seeing Jada Parker from where she started, where she's at, they understood, yo, she got the it factor. We just got to work with her, the technicality stuff. And you have to give it props to the people you mentioned, Mandy, Naya, and now Jada Parker. Oh, I got the it. I'm going to get better with that. But I'm also going to get better with the in-ring because now I'm at another level. And the one thing that a lot of people don't have in wrestling and especially the new people coming up, she has mic skills.
Yes. And so I like the point that you brought up in terms of like the technical part of it, where that's something taught, that's teachable. You can't teach charisma. You either have it or you don't have it.
Damn, that was
And
deep.
Bars. So with Jada Parker, she's always had like, yo, even I'll never forget that little, because backstage, look, that parking lot shit. That parking lot, listen, NXT parking lot is the most dangerous parking lot in professional wrestling. But when she introduced herself to OTM and the way that she did it, I said, nah, she's gonna be the it in that group. And she made you watch the boys and made you care about the boys. And then kind of when she kind of do her own thing, her being, I didn't even realize she was in that knockout tournament thing.
Yeah.
And then her being in the ladder match for the North American women's title match and showcasing herself in that manner. Like they found a really interesting way, especially on NXT, because that's what people always complain about. Oh, WWE doesn't put, women matches on, blah, blah, blah. And I always say, like, listen, if you really are looking for like a well-rounded like experience in terms of seeing a mixture of both men and women matches, watch Tuesday nights, watch NXT.
But
you're gonna get it.
The little bit of difference with NXT for the main roster, NXT have a large amount of room to make mistakes. You feel me though? And a lot of people, since a lot of people not as popular as it is as the main roster, you don't get as much people demanding certain things.
Yeah.
So it's literally straightforward, and people understand what it is when they watch it.
Yeah, because this isn't gonna be it's like watching college football.
Yes.
So I know if I'm watching college football, the score is gonna be high.
Yeah.
The score is gonna be crazy high. It's gonna be highlights.
That's probably why I don't like college football.
So that's what it is. And I give you an example because I think you ref their match, Diamond Virago.
Yeah.
I think I'm saying this right now. By next year, she's on NXT.
Yeah.
Because she's a Jada Parker Jr.
Yeah.
Where the charisma and the instincts is there. Now you get somebody like the Bees that we saw at JobberSlam, who got both.
Yeah.
And they added, that's why the NWA Women's Tag Team Champions.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where you watching Jada Parker, you're watching her mature right in front of you.
Yeah.
And it's also one of those, it's also looking at it and you're like, yo, it's like looking at Patrick Mahomes in the second year. You're like, yo, you're gonna be something great.
Yo, Patty Pat he got some weight on him this season. I was like, he a little thickos when I watched the game yesterday.
Yeah, because he's getting beat up all the time.
I said, this nigga got some weight on him now.
And he got kids too.
Well, yeah,
He
definitely got dad weight. He definitely
how
has
that
dad
kid
weight.
like how kids don't eat. You looking like, I don't want to throw this out, I'll just eat it.
And he about to have 3 under 4?
Right.
Bro,
I think that little girl.
I'm not gonna lie to
3.
you. If I ever become like wealthy, I'm having like 5 kids.
Well, he said this one is the last one.
No. If like seriously, let's think about it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front.
Because if I'm a multi-millionaire, I'm talking about big money, right?
Yeah.
Borderline, it's to a point I'm against that generational wealth thing.
Yeah.
I'm having 3 kids of my own minimum.
Yeah.
And adopting 2.
Yeah.
Yo, speaking about adoption, I blame Michael Bosick for this because he ends up watching shit in the house on YouTube and he fucks up the algorithm. So he stumbled upon some fucking show called Relative Race. It's basically the Amazing Race for adopted kids to find their family. Like, it is the wildest show.
Is this an American show?
Yo, yeah, it's on this app called, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Yo, the show is bomb. I ain't gonna hold y'all.
Nigga, no, I'm not.
BYU TV. And it's called Relative Race. And what was dope is that you have these teams of 4. It's a competition. So you You go
It's a competition to find by real parents.
It's a competition, and you're not only finding your relatives, but you have a chance to win $50,000 as a team because you're racing.
Only America, son.
You're racing. This
Only
nigga shout out
America,
his own
bro.
self.
Only
Yo,
America, son.
Shout out to Michael Boston.
So we was watching it
Michael
the other day, and I was just like, yo, because that shit is, yo, you had people, there was 2 brothers and they were adopted together. And the first person that one of them had met was his real brother. And his brother said, y'all been looking for you since 1983. And I was like, oh my God, that's so dope. And then maybe a few episodes later, the other guy, he had a sister. First of all, the other guy ended up being black. He's half black because his father's from fucking Trinidad and Tobago. Had no idea. A white man. He light bright. Had no idea. His sister was brown skin. His cousin lived in New York, brown skin. His father lived in Bermuda. Like, it was wild. And then he ended up at the end, meeting his birth mom.
What kind of trauma-filled show you? Yeah, you got watch.
Listen, but it also, but watching shit like that makes you appreciate family.
No, wait, backtrack it. So if you don't win, you don't find a family. So it's
no,
like,
they do.
No. So let me get this straight.
So it's 10
weeks.
It's
a competition, right?
It's 10 days, and basically every day you do a challenge.
And what if you fail the challenge?
If you fail the challenge, then you may get penalized for the next challenge, but you end up still meeting who you're supposed to meet.
Yo, this is the most corrupt. This is
it's
horrible.
A good show. No, it's a really, really
Bro,
good show.
This is horrible.
No, it's a really, really good show. I promise.
Yo, no, I'm not watching something.
So we was watching that. Yeah, no, because they emotional as fuck. Because y'all know I'm not emotional in real life. So I gotta watch emotional shit on TV. But the other shit y'all need to watch is on Netflix. And it's the worst ex ever. Oh my God.
You should be on that show.
Y'all niggas.
Both of y'all.
Why you do? First of all, you got to be a real boyfriend for me to say that I'm your ex, though. But nah, like that show. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. I think that's what it's called. Worst ex ever. And the girl on there.
Sorry, guys.
No, you good. Yeah, worst ex ever. It's on Netflix. That fucking first episode. This nigga named Ben. Yo, he dated this black girl because that's what wrote me in was the black girl talking. So I said, oh shit, what's she talking about? So it started up with a white girl that it was the current girlfriend, and he ended up like beating her so bad and all that shit. And then they flash back to when he first beat up his first girlfriend, which was the black girl in Vegas. And then he beat her up or shit like that. And then she got a restraining order. Yup, Love is Blind UK is lit too. Oh, Love is Blind new season coming out next month too on Netflix.
Why are y'all watching this?
Cause listen, guilty pleasures are a real thing. So
okay. So imagine question. What is your guilty pleasure?
Like, what's the TV show you watch outside of wrestling?
Outside of wrestling?
Yeah.
There's nothing outside of wrestling. Wrestling is life.
Oh my God. See what I mean?
No.
See what I mean?
I'm messing with y'all.
What's your real guilty pleasure?
My real guilty pleasure is
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton, because I like Bigum's on there.
Okay.
Bigum's with the red hair. I like her. Me and my thing for redheads. That's just weird. But me and Shorty I'll be watching 90 Day Fiance.
Oh, that show's hard.
Yo, so I started watching. I had gave up on that because I was just like, yo, but the 90 Day Happily Ever After thing that I watched.
So there's one that I watched. So 90 Days Happily Ever After. But so I don't watch So I watch some of the episodes, but I love the reunion episodes.
Oh, yeah, facts.
So that's the
they
one
be violating
because you kind of did just catch up on everything.
Yeah.
It's my ADHD, so I gotta watch all 90 episodes.
Like I said, I got the
I never thought about doing that.
The Cliff Notes version of the whole season.
Yeah, so they'll
watch
talk
the
about
reunion.
it. And then if it's like a part that I'm like, oh, a couple that I want to like really get into, I'll go back and watch that episode with the couple and kind of get used to them. So there's one that it was interesting, and it was like I guess we're going off subject, but it's like a real dynamic about men and women.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this one dude, is just like this white dude from Michigan, and he's
the girl from Colombia.
Yeah, so
kids,
Panama.
But the kids can't come in and all that shit.
Yeah.
First of all, she loved the fuck out of that man, and it weirds me out low key.
So
I know exactly the couple you're talking about.
So, I'm watching it, and I watched the reunion episode. I'm only watching the clips. I haven't had time to watch like the actual reunion episode. So now they're living in a house together, like all the team. So one thing that's never talked about is psychology when it comes to men and sex, right? So they keep getting on him. So they're doing a reunion episode, and she's like, "Yo, I want to have sex with my boyfriend, with my husband, this and that, but he doesn't want to have sex with me." All of this.
Is he Indian?
No,
it's
he's
a white dude.
So he's white. His wife looks like a pinup doll. She got surgery on her
Yeah,
ribs,
like she got tits,
butt,
all that
shit. And he finds it attractive.
Yo, they love each other, like for real.
But he loves it. But she's so disrespectful to him. And I'm watching it, and everybody's like, "Yo, what's wrong with you? Just fuck your wife. Just fuck your wife, man. Just take her and pound that out. Pound that out." And everybody on the show is saying that. And he's like, "Yo, I can't because she be really disrespecting me. I don't feel good about myself." And
that sounds bad funny though.
Yeah,
I'm laughing.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm watching. I'm just like, "Yo, y'all don't understand psychology plays the same way for men. Not as much as women, but it plays the same. Because literally everybody on the show is saying that. And then you read the comments on the clips on Instagram, and everybody's saying like, "Yo, just do it, just do it, just do it." But then let's say this was flipped, and a woman is saying, "I don't want to sleep with my husband because he
doesn't make me feel sexy, or he doesn't make me feel appreciated.
I feel like dirt, blah, blah, blah." Everybody like, "Girl, you deserve better, blah, blah, blah. Let's hug. But he legit be like, yo, she treats me like shit. I don't feel good. Because he's already super insecure. Like so first things first, he never takes his hat off.
No.
Is he bald?
Yeah. So he never takes his hat off.
Is he bald like us?
No.
You got the Uncle Phil?
No, he just nobody knows.
He's just
wait. See the pool got his hat on?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
but he got like the jazz hat. It's not even like also like stylish hat. It's like the jazz hat.
So, long story short, there's an episode where they're getting married, and she's like, "Can you take your hat off for once for our wedding pictures?" He's like, "That's just one time."
And how did he
takes it off, but they didn't show it. They didn't show it.
I'm hollering.
Oh. So then
you play with my emotions, my nigga.
He too.
So then,
oh shoot, yeah, you are.
So then
I'm conservative.
So then he goes. So then he keeps saying that, but she a freak. Like she be sucking his toes.
Suck his toes.
Which is weird.
It's wild. Like
weird to me.
That couple,
and that's weird to me.
That couple is weird.
But she really
fuck with him.
She really finds him attractive. But he's mentally blocked. Because, and then they said some wild shit, which was the wildest shit I ever heard. He was like, she was like, "I've never seen him naked."
Yeah, no, I don't know about that.
So y'all sex with boxers on?
Just a t-shirt.
I see a t-shirt in the boxes all the time.
A t-shirt.
No.
Or if you smashing, you just have a t-shirt.
No. What I'm smashing is butt naked time.
Oh, okay.
But after that, I got put on basketball shorts and a shirt. Like, just in case, like, my thing is this: anything can happen in the middle of the night. And just in case a fire happen, I don't have to be rushing for clothes because I'm worried about getting out. So that's always been my thing.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
And the thing about it is
that your thought process, Michael Boss? I want to know.
I'm a type of person, like, I make sure I put on the good home shorts. So just have to run out. I could look and run out. Make sure I have deep pockets.
Nigga is thinking on.
Yes.
No. That's it.
Wait, so real quick, what's your guilty pleasure show? What you like to watch?
Catfish.
Michael loves fucking catfish.
Almost every episode of Catfish.
And I just be confused on how people are still getting catfish.
Because, listen, people have to understand, I had a long run on the internet, all right? I have stories for days.
I feel like everyone did because, we grew up in that internet age growing up. So everybody,
but you can't FaceTime somebody?
Everybody that grew up in our age was in the AOL group chat age.
I can explain why. I can explain why, right? Certain times when you have low self-esteem, you don't want to rock the boat with the person.
But we killing me. It be the ones that live in the same city. That's the one that's where I check out for catfish. It's like, y'all wasting my time.
But like how
y'all could have been mad.
I be so invested because I got body fish before.
What?
So let me tell
somebody just real quick. Somebody had sent you a picture and it was a little skinnier than what they were in real life.
No. This is worse. So I had saw her, right? I went to a lot of people don't know this though. I'm a big hip hop fan, but I like underground artists. So a lot of my friends do hip hop and stuff like that. They sing, whatever. So like I spend a lot of time say, hey, come to the show. I'll show up. You feel me? And like I low-key like comedy shows too, underground comedy shows too. As you can see, I do a lot of like, how do you know this person? Like I'm that dude that who's a bunch of hood niggas and it's me in the glasses smiling. Hey y'all. Be so gentle and stuff like that.
So how did you get body?
So
fished?
I met her
He
at
made
a
up that
show,
word.
right? It was a hip hop show, right? The little hip hop stuff like that. Weed was flowing, everything. I saw, I was like, oh yeah, she's looking thick, nice. All right, cool. Didn't pay her no mind, whatever. 2 days later, a week later, I saw her on POF. So we ended up talking, whatever. I was like, all right, cool, blah, 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 blah. So then when she came over, boy, she lost like all his weight. She was like a toothpick, dogs.
So was it the darkness in the venue that made you think she was?
She had the surgery.
So it's not her fault.
Wait, so that's not her fault?
Boy, update your pictures. Put your skinny pictures up.
But you know, people that normally have that surgery, they wait a little bit to put up.
So don't be on dating websites, dogs.
Wow. So people that's recovering can't love?
No. Update your pictures.
Yo, I actually I want up you on that real quick, and then we'll talk about some wrestling because I actually want to get into talking about the pay-per-views that we haven't been able to talk about. But real quick, oddest story ever. So we had went out one night, and this is years ago, and we went to some spot in the LES, and we chilling, we vibe, everybody chilling. I'm with Brittany and Joy, and my homeboy Tanel always dragging us to some shit. So we had went to some like underground like hip hop shit, kind of like what you did. So we all chilling and vibing, and then I ended up vibing with a whole dude real quick. Like it was something that happened, and then we just started like chuckling or whatever, because my mouth gets me in trouble all the time. So I can say it though, you could pause, but so yeah, so there was 2 rooms. So like the main room was where like the DJ and the music, so you really couldn't hear the person. So the other room was like where the bar was, and it was a little bit more quieter. You could sit, you could chat. So we had ended up going to the bar, and he ended up buying me a drink. We ended up chit chatting, whatever. We exchanged numbers. How was this nigga number already in my phone?
That's crazy.
So I previously interacted with this individual and had no idea.
How did it go after that?
So
It's always a so, y'all.
So
was a so.
No, so
these are the best stories, by the way.
So what ended up happening was that I ended up going away for a work trip, because this is when I was working at the Ride. I ended up going on a work trip to Charlotte, and I had went out of town, and then he came and picked me up because I was like, oh, I'm going out of town. He's like, I'll come get you from the airport and we'll go out to eat after. And I was like, it's Monday Night Raw. I want to watch wrestling.
Facts.
But I said, cool, no problem, since he was giving me a ride from the airport.
Which era was this?
This is maybe like 6-7 years ago.
So you didn't miss.
No, this is very recent.
You didn't miss.
Well, not very recent. Let me not OD.
You didn't miss nothing.
No, I know, but I recorded wrestling anyway. So we ended up going out, and he took me to some wing spot in Long Island, and we chit chat. We talking.
Oh, I know you talking about.
We chit chat. We talking, and then he ends up telling me that he's like in a complicated situation with his ex-girl, and I was just like, oh.
Okay.
And I was like, please take me home.
Right.
So then he's, but he still was trying to talk to me, whatever. I'm just like, listen, I need you to figure out what you got going on before you like interrupt my lifestyle. But we ended up still like hanging out here and there because we was cool. But then I had to really tell him, I was like, yo, like, that's who you really want to be with. Go be with her, like, for real. But I mean, he's still cool to this day. I think they get married.
So like, did you tell him that you had his number already?
Yeah, as he was putting it in, it popped up.
And what did he say?
He was just like, we both looked at each other like, so we've crossed paths before? And I was like, possibly. And what's crazy is I never saved numbers. So we definitely have had like probably a conversation or two, because I never save anyone's number. But that was, life and times of Janelle from HR. So, all right, let's go back into some wrestling, since we do have a lot of people viewing and we appreciate everyone that's tuning in. So real quick. So we had JobberSlam. The day after was All Out.
Oh, yeah.
In the UK, AEW's All Out. First of all, I just want to say I told y'all so that Daniel Bryan was going to win.
So can we also talk about all wrestling companies be lying?
I told you so. About what?
About their ticket sales?
Listen,
all companies.
Everybody
lie.
does it.
I need people to get over the fact that WWE lies, AEW lies, but the numbers don't lie. The numbers say these niggas be lying. AEW and WWE both be lying about how many people they have at the arena that actually paid.
No, yeah.
Because
Because paid seats versus comp seats are very two different line items.
The turnstile will say 4,700, 47,000.
And they definitely would say over 50,000.
And they will say over 50,000. And you know what? I'm not mad at it. On both sides.
And that's my thing about it is like, you don't have to lie about it. Like, if you have 47,000, that's still an accomplishment in itself.
But my thing is this: nobody pressed Vince over this.
No, they do.
No, they did. I think towards the end, a lot of people was just like, "Why you lying?" Like, I think for me, I remember going to WrestleMania, was it 32 in Dallas the first time, and when they had said it was like over 100,000 people, and then I remember coming back home, and then niggas was like, "Nah, it was about like 80,000 people in that building," and I was just like, "I was there. It felt like 100. It felt like a lot."
But the thing about it is like, this is what Vince do. This is what Vince is smart.
Nigga is counting everybody. Employees, security,
technically,
maintenance workers.
Hold up.
Everybody.
Technically, he is right.
Yeah, because that's who's in the building.
Because they're in the building, yeah.
And at the end of the day, does that matter?
That's in attendance, no. But the thing is that you can't sit here. It's all, for me. It's the propaganda of it. It's
so
like
kind of what's the difference from like kind of Rock Nation who like buy the tickets all first, like it's sold out, but then there's to be matches available.
So I'll
which
say
one's
this.
worse?
I'll say this. That's media in general because
that's a job in itself. People would literally go pre-sale, and when tickets go on sale, and they'll buy like hundreds. They'll buy mad tickets and then resell them. People do that for an actual, like, for a living.
Remember when CDs was around?
Of course, yeah.
Artists would buy their own CDs.
Yeah, of course.
The label had a budget.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go buy a bunch of CDs. I remember when it was, I think J. Cole and Drake had just came out. They were in Best Buy buying their own CDs.
You saw them?
No, they had. There's a video online showing it.
See, and I had that.
Yeah. But the thing about it, so I'm never mad at.
Like the most infamous case is this. A lot of people don't know this, right? Remember 444?
Yeah,
I went platinum.
Yeah.
You know how the album went platinum?
It was in everybody's phone.
Not that.
Magna Carta. My bad.
No. It was that had that.
Yo, YouTube did that shit too, and I hated that.
Sprint bought all those records as part of the deal when they had title match for like the day you get title match or whatever.
Oh, well, you know what's crazy? I had ended up getting title for that period of time because it was free.
Exactly.
And then when it wasn't free, I went back to Spotify.
Sprint literally made him platinum on the album.
Listen, you get it where you can. But
another example about wrestling. John Cena album. We all know how that was some WWE buys.
But you know what? I feel like people still listen and buy it. So
shit went a mill.
That'll be a forever thing for Jonathan Cena. But real quick, one down from All Out.
Up is Swerve. Okay. Swerving BD match.
I agree. And
down.
Brent Baker.
Breaker.
Woo!
Take a break, bro.
Woo!
And you know what? And like,
excuse me.
And you know what? Name actually got a question about Brent Baker. Do you think that Brent Baker? In fact, fuck that. Let me give her some ball. 2 questions. Number 1 question is just like, name me 3 fire matches outside of her versus Rosa. And the second thing is, was Brent Baker is she just now getting exposed for like not being good?
So the first, to your point, the matches that I think she's had outside of Thunder Rosa, I think the Sheeta girl, she had a decent match with her.
One.
I definitely, but also too, when you think about it, like how many matches has she really wrestled? And she's been out the last almost year and a half. So that ring rust was like real. Like,
it's not an excuse.
It's not, but it is something to still like acknowledge. At least.
The reason why I say it's not an excuse, because ring rust is a thing.
100%.
You are right. But you've been back for, let's say, 2 or 3 weeks, right?
A while, way before that, yeah.
You back for a month, right?
Yeah.
Let's give it that.
Why aren't you in the lab?
What lab they got?
Bro, you are Britt Baker.
What lab they got?
But let's be real. You are Britt Baker. You can find a place that will let you work. You know enough wrestlers to to do it. And David, ring rust is definitely a thing. I'm not denying that. But as bad as that match looked, that wasn't just ring rust.
Nah, it was a combination. Really, they shouldn't have wrestled each other from jump.
Because and then there was no chemistry.
None, no, zero, none, negative. That was what it. That's really what fucked it up for me. Like it was the chemistry for me.
It seemed like they were trying to call it on the fly.
Yeah.
So,
or it just looked like there was like a tug of war of who wanted to get their shit in, and it just couldn't gel.
But that's what I'm saying. Like what Stephanie Hardy's saying. There is some polishing that could have been done. She could have trained with Natty and them. There's like plenty of places you can go to get back in.
She could literally call anybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She could literally call anybody, but she looked so out of it in that match. Like
just the speed. It was like Sasha wanted to go one speed, she wanted to go another speed.
But then why didn't you slow it down?
It just but I felt like when they tried to slow it down, that's where it got even more messier. Like it just was a fail from the beginning to the end.
Fast. I'm looking for the same match too. You know what it is? I feel like,
and I didn't like how they had her come back in that fucking 0 hour shit.
I feel like when it comes to all of that, I agree. I kind of feel like Brent Baker is in a position where like, your level when you first started AEW, it was okay, but I felt like the women moved past her.
The whole entire division moved past her.
They definitely moved past her. So it's like some of the antics that she could get away with in the beginning, she can't get away with right now. And I feel like it's one of those things where, you know, that new person who leaves work for mad, like that person who's been there for so long, but end up getting hurt, and after end up leaving the job for so long, like I said, for 7 months. Then he comes back, it's a whole new system. And after how that
was Mark Andrews last night.
See?
No, I'm so sorry. Because I almost had picked him up in my fantasy draft, and I was like,
See,
I don't ever pick up somebody that's coming back from an injury.
So what's the excuse there? You have so many places you could go to. Kobe, you know, shout out to him, RIP to him. Any basketball player who's elite, no matter any time they go to, they find a gym ahead of time.
But that's what I'm saying, because this is so what. Listen, maybe the injury is not gone.
I don't think it's that.
Maybe she's still. Think it's that. I'm gonna give maybes. Maybe the injury was still there.
I can see that.
Maybe the communication was just off. Maybe her and Sasha just have bad chemistry.
But it's not the first time she had bad chemistry with somebody.
But now I'm going to this thing is to piggyback off what you said. You're a professional. Like, listen. I'm not the greatest wrestler in the world.
No.
Far from it.
No.
But I called a couple of niggas up. Let's get into the ring.
Let's get it together.
Let's get it together.
Let's get into the lab.
Let's get into the lab. She is not being professional. She's not in the lab. That's what it is.
I don't really think none of them is. 1 Up, 1 Down from All Out. They gotta change the fucking names because I just be confused.
I said yeah.
Said it already.
Oh, yeah. You said the Mercedes was that match was that. What was the up?
Oh, the swerve match. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mine's real quick.
See, Randy said it.
Daniel Bryan definitely winning, like I said he was going to. Was definitely the up.
Oh, I'm gonna ask a question later.
I'm trying to think what else. I felt like Max and Ospreay went too long.
Oh, it was still a good match though.
It was good, but for me, it went a little too long. We could have did without the Jericho shit.
So let me ask you guys a question, right? Somebody popped this up. I'll ask this question, but keep this in mind as you thinking right now. The question I present to the table, you can answer this too. Which one was a bigger moment for Daniel Bryan? Him winning at WrestleMania?
They're two different. No. I couldn't compare them.
Whoa. Just a question, because after that, somebody said this like. Him winning at AEW was way bigger than him winning at WrestleMania.
That's subjective.
Well, why was it bigger?
That's subjective.
Because you seen him come from, because he was the champion of Ring of Honor, and they said that because I can see Daniel Bryan become AEW champion. I don't know.
No, so here's the thing. I wouldn't compare. First, I want to compare them because they're two different moments and two different times of his career. When he won at 30, he literally did not think he wouldn't be able to wrestle again. So that was a different moment, and where he kind of got the crowd and everybody like occupy, yes, chant, all that shit. Like that was a different time period Where this one, he's at the tail end of his career, and it's on his terms, and it's by his rules and how he sees it. So they're two different moments. They're two really big moments, I think, to have that moment. It's not about it being better though. Like I feel they're just too different. Like for me, that I wouldn't be like one is better than the other.
Which one's better to you?
Because the optics of it.
I'll say the WrestleMania moment is better. Because like, okay.
Because how many people, when you think about it, how many people can sit there and say, I main event at WrestleMania?
So yeah. And then
just straight up.
Also, like you said, the buildup was crazy.
And
it's you have to understand he wasn't a underdog going against Swerve.
Nah, he was like I told y'all, he was the nigga that was set to when they did that. I told y'all when they did that video package for him, I said that nigga was going to win. I said that was the Swerve in the Swerve was that video package. So
yeah, but it's also the fact that you also gotta like it's like he's the top dog there, he's the man there, he's a top superstar there. When you look at WrestleMania, he wasn't even penciled in to win the championship
at all from the beginning, from like 6 months before
they changed it. So then fans felt like they were involved in it. He's going through this gauntlet. He has that mega underdog story. So the moment in itself, take away company wise, feels a whole lot bigger. It's like, all right, I'll give you an example. Derrick Rose scores 50 when he's with the Timberwolves. Everybody's crying on the bench. And this is the Derrick Rose that's injured, that's been through all of what he's been through. He dropped 50 for the first time in many years.
Yeah.
After all the injuries and all this stuff that he had. Which is bigger, that or the Derrick Rose that drops 50 as the MVP of the league?
They're dropping 50 in Timberwolves. Like
exactly, because the feeling is there.
Like to this day, it's one of the rare collections to actually find a Derrick Rose T-Wolf jersey.
Exactly, but it's also one of the moments that we as human beings, and I say this all the time, we like people who come from the bottom.
The struggle. And it's more because it's relatable. And that's the beauty about wrestling is when something is relatable to you, you are invested. Everybody, when WrestleMania 30 happened, everybody was invested in that match. It is not to say people were not invested in this potential career-ending match, but the moment when you put career versus title, 9 times out of 10, the nigga that got his career on the line is gonna win.
And I feel like kind of reason why is like a lot of people say it's very, very subjective, whatever. But the reason why I feel the WrestleMania one was a lot bigger is he won it during a time where Vince was Vince. He had a stronger hold on wrestling, how the way he did back in the day. Vince didn't fuck with him. Vince basically told him, like, yeah, man, like basically after this, you're gonna lose to Roman Reigns. That was the goal. You feel me? He was basically a transitional champion. Just like my boy Sean said, he beat Evolution in one night. Yeah. Triple H in the beginning, and he had
2 matches in one night. Yeah, he started. That nigga opened and closed WrestleMania 30.
And mind you, they didn't go easy on him. They pop on through the table and everything. They I
can't with the people that try to compare them because they're 2 different moments.
But and
two
on
different
top of
times
that
in his
is
career.
Vince didn't fuck with you like that. When you become a supervisor in high position, despite when the audience hates you, the whole crew hates you, but you still get that title, that feel different compared to when the whole squad's behind you and get that title. It feels
wasn't
great.
Wasn't that all that when they beat up with when they fired? Did they fire him or fire Bree or whatever?
Right.
And all that
way
shit.
Harder.
Like, yo, this shit was crazy.
Way harder. Swerve.
See,
Swerve
and
was
that,
like
I
awesome.
think,
Like, yo, Daniel Bryan, you're my favorite wrestler. I like you. You become
champion.
Yo,
it didn't start getting like real interesting with the 2 of them until like the week before the match. Like it was just like
it was just
because for me it was always like I already knew Swerve was going to lose, and I told you that because the bigger money match for him was always Hangman Page and him,
which is one of the best feuds of the year.
Correct.
It's on par with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
I can't stand you because when they announced that they're gonna be in a steel cage match, lights out, anyway falls match, all I had in the back of my head. It's already like no DQ and steel cage match. All that shit, I'm like very, very everyday necessary. You added too much to the sauce.
No, I'm just saying.
Like I heard your voice back in my head. Like,
is it lights out?
No,
No, it's
Unsanctioned.
but for me, it's just like
It's the same shit.
No, but I told you, I said the steel cage match. If you play 2K24, the my GM mode, the steel cage is the end of the rivalry. So the fact that when they said steel cage, I said, "Oh,
okay,
Lord.
cool, steel cage match."
Cool.
And after how they said unsanctioned, it's the
what does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
What does it matter?
I was like, I told you, I had Janelle back when I look like, damn, Janelle's right on this one. Man. It'd be too unnecessary.
It's just like how they and listen. Y'all already know I always gonna have love for Willow, but how they doing her and Chris Statlander shit, I just be like, what? Like, what's going on? Because now y'all having a Chicago street fight, and I'm just like, okay, all right, cool, I guess. But it's weird how, and then your boy Jungle Boy faced Daniel Bryan on Saturday. I'm like, how, Sway?
What?
He's making
Jack Perry versus Daniel Bryan at All Out.
I think.
Why are you mad about that?
You gotta give me an opportunity. I gotta do something.
But it's not even. I don't feel like the opportunity. I feel like once again you're putting a champion versus champion situation, and I just feel like if you're gonna if this is Daniel Bryan's last hurrah full time. Give me a story. Give me something to be invested in. The fact that y'all just threw in, you had him do the open challenge situation, cool. But then the fact that you threw in Jack Perry, it's just like, will that, like, how does that, like, match-wise, I'm not worried about, but just the outcome of that, like, you're already a champion. If you lose, you gonna look like a sucker-ass nigga for losing to Daniel Bryan on that, and you champion. But then the Daniel Bryan loses is like, all right, this is the last full-time match that nigga had. Because not for nothing, Daniel Bryan right now is going to be a transitional champion. Yeah. It's going to be when he's ready to be like, all right, I'm cool with it. Then he going to give it up. But I don't know. I don't know if that was the right opponent. I don't know. It's something. And then the shit with Moxley, that shit is weird. Because that was actually my biggest down. Was that fucking trios match?
Oh, yeah.
With fucking, they had Pac who don't, Adrian Neville. They got this nigga that don't really fuck with nobody in a whole group with a whole bunch of niggas that he not really with, and now they the champions together. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Because his boy's gonna leave AEW.
But the thing was, is like, it's
boys,
the Lucha Brothers, because that was the whole thing. It was supposed to be. So you know what's crazy? I don't think they are either, but it just was still weird how y'all. Mox could have been the third person for them to win the trios title, and that would have made sense.
I think
y'all put Pac in the situation. It was just like, what?
Yo, it makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
Like Dustin Rose has all of the tag titles.
That nigga, shout out to Goldust.
Titles, the tag team
this
titles.
Nigga is taking over ROH. Cool. For real.
But listen,
did y'all watch ROH?
No,
I just watched
because I'm not paying for that shit.
Yeah, I'm not paying for that.
I watched the highlights.
Yeah, I'm not paying for that.
And I feel bad because a lot of people I like on there, I mean, I say I'm cool with, are on there. But I'm like, yo, bro.
Like, if somebody has a match or something, that I'll watch. Yeah. But like, I watch clips more than anything. Tony Storm and Mariah. So, I think Tony should have won, but that's okay.
Tony's doing her job.
She is.
No, she put over the right person, so I'm not mad about that.
And
now she can take some time to just chill out for a little bit, which is fine.
But the thing is, I really like the characters on AEW.
I do, yes. I do, yeah.
But I wish they did more.
I agree.
With everybody.
I agree.
I feel like they're so top heavy. They have no mid-level like feuds going on.
Because you know what they do that's wrong?
They mix in mid-card and top all the time.
You know what the thing that they did bad? I felt like, dang, they didn't have no patience for it. It's just like they get copies of the same wrestler over and over again. Like, for example, hey, I couldn't get Will Ospreay in this year, so let me get someone like him. Push him, and then after I went, Will Ospreay actually come. The guy has got to be full similar to his fighting style. He toss him to the side and then let his contract run out. Because now like for example, you had Kyle Fresher. He was in match with Ricochet. He lost, but Ricochet.
But they had
But then after he competed for a championship this week.
Yo, say that louder. Because that shit pissed me off. I said, wait a minute. And it's not against Kyle Fletcher because he's very talented. He's very talented in the ring. He does have it. If they position him right, he could be it. But that didn't make no sense. Why did last week when you faced Rico Booty, you lost? Then you won against Ishii on Collision, and then you get the title match with Okada on Wednesday.
I talked to somebody who just got into wrestling, right? You met her JobberSlam. She's from the students at Fallout. Her name like we call her 11,
Okay.
right? Because she's like 11 from Stranger Things.
That's hilarious.
And then she just started watching wrestling this year. I love talking to new fans. Love it because you know why? They see the business a lot different.
They have a different point of view.
Right. They're not so jaded. I said, yo, how you feel about WWE? Oh, I love WWE. I love how it is and stuff. I love it. I feel like WWE. She said, well, I just feel like it's just match. I was like, for real, it's like there's nothing that make you want to keep watching it.
And that's what Michael said when we watched Dynamite last night, because y'all recorded it. So we watched it yesterday. He said, yo, if you really look into see just wrestling, then AEW is that product. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're looking for just a well-rounded, entertaining TV show, you're going to watch WWE.
For example, right? You got American Alpha versus American Made, right? Great technical match. That shit was hell entertaining. After that, you saw them brawling with the Y6. Oh, that shit is hot. Not going to be done next week. I got to keep in track because he been fucking with him.
Because everything connects. And even, you know what? And then people ain't giving Pete Dunne as much credit as he deserves, because that nigga is working triple time. That nigga got fused in Raw. That nigga got fused in NXT. Trick Williams made a whole fucking diss track.
Fire.
But that's I don't think that's what it is though.
What is it, big dogs?
I think it's more they don't recap enough.
They assume that people are watching everything.
That's their biggest problem. And WWE is really good for it. They've been really good for it, especially the past like 2-3 years, especially on social media and everything. And Dolph said something. Dolph Ziggler said something the other day. And he was saying, I finally watched Raw. I haven't watched it in a while, since he's been gone.
I remember that what he said. Yeah,
and he said, yo, it was so easy to catch up. Because when you watch SmackDown or Raw, they're instantly showing you, oh, what this is what happened last week, this is what happened 2 weeks ago, this is what happened. Just to keep you in track. Like, let's say I don't watch Raw and SmackDown for 2 weeks, and I watch SmackDown today, right?
Oh, you gonna know what the fuck is happening.
I'm gonna know what's gonna happen. Oh, just 2 weeks ago this happened. Just 1 week ago this happened, and that's the problem I think that they have.
They pick and choose because they did it with Jericho this week. With Jericho, because even the last few weeks when he be beefing with Orange Cassidy, he been talking about that fucking jacket situation from 4 years ago, and he kept talking about it. And this week was finally when they showed the actual clip from 4 years ago, and he's already been talking about it for 3 weeks. So it's just like when he first brought it up, that was the opportunity to remind people of exactly what happened. So it's not like they can't do it. It's just they won't do it.
They don't do it because so for instance, like I mentioned earlier, I watch the reunion episodes of 90 Day Fiance. Yeah. But during the reunion episode, they recap me what happened with Yardley and Mariah's character.
Mm-hmm.
So off the rip, I already know what happened. I know the storyline. I get a taste of what is going on. Now I can feel it. I can maybe take sides within the little bit that I saw. And if I want to get really interested, I go dig deep. And I think that's been the problem with them, because when you look at AEW, they have storylines. Because MJF had a storyline with Will Ospreay. It may not be on fire, but it's something. You have Mariah May and Tony Storm. They had something for a long period of time. We're seeing something with Swerve and Hangman. That's been going on for how long?
Almost a year.
Yeah. So we're seeing these storylines, but what they need to do is the recap has to be better, because the one thing about wrestling and just about us fans now in this current age, we have so much options. We may forget, like, we do content, so we're gonna watch it weekly, week by week. Yeah. But let's say we all didn't do content.
Yeah.
We're gonna miss 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We're gonna miss a week because life just happens and we're not told to do it as much. Mm-hmm. But I want to be able to catch up right away. I like watching it live. That's why I record everything. Yeah. But because I want to see the matches.
Yeah.
How they
But you know what? Now thinking about it, WWE has, I feel like, always done that.
No, they've always
For
done
years.
it.
Like low key, when you
Years.
think back when they had the LimeWire app show, when they had the Saturday morning show and stuff like that, like, or even when they had Sunday Night Heat and they would recap stuff that happened on Raw, like for a good period of time, WWE's always in some way been able to do that.
But you know why? It's because of NBC.
Okay.
So because I watch wrestling history on YouTube all the time.
Mhm.
When they came on USA, I think it was USA or either Raw. When they started doing Saturday night, whatever. I forgot when they had Saturday and when they had wrestling on Saturday nights or whatever. I forgot what it was. I don't hold me to
What,
the
Shotgun Saturday night?
No, something else. Superstar Saturdays, whatever.
Yeah.
Don't hold me
Saturday
to which show
night
it
main
was.
event. That's what
Yeah,
you're talking about?
But don't hold me to this. It was the producers produced the show differently. Because the way Tony Khan produces the show, and I remember when I talked to Will Watson, he was like, "Oh, I love AEW because it's nonstop action. That's great when you're in the arena." So when this is years ago, this is before that we were like but teenagers. This is like before us, time low key. So when he was like, "Oh, I love AEW because it's before he started working for AEW. I love AEW because it's nonstop action. That's great." But if I'm watching from home, which is majority where the money's coming from, how do I get fully invested in it and not know what happened last week? So that's the thing. So when they got to NBC, they structured it as a TV show and they produced it differently, which is why, like you said, what they end up doing years later. And the recap is something that they, especially during the Attitude Era, it was like, yo, we going through we recapping you.
Yeah, and they did it during the show too.
Yeah.
So like they'll show you.
They'll show you what happened last week
ago.
During a match or something like that. And that's why I think AEW is really missing, because they need to do a better job at just recapping better. And once they continue to recap better, you get more people invested, because it's like you missing points that just because I didn't watch last week or the week before, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
But the thing also is it's kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing too. But I think that they only cater to the core audience. Because reason why I say what I say is like when I talk to certain AEW hardcore fans, right? Like for example, Kiki, right? It was like something like, yo, why they beefing for? Kiki said, "Oh, because this episode AEW, not try shit on Hondo, but this episode AEW, they did da 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 da." You look like, okay, that's why he got the title match. Cool. But that's good for you, Kiki. That is good for you, Derek. That's good for you because
Derek.
you.
He just made up that name.
That's good for you.
That's the first thing he thought of.
But somebody like me, that how that like I'm kind of like the main, like the core audience, but at the same exact time, I watch so much shit. Cause I watch basketball, I watch football. I have a girlfriend, I have a daughter, I have so much different stuff where like I don't have time to remember every single detail. Yes, I'm a encyclopedia for wrestler, but at the same exact time though, I want a refresher. And a lot of times, like they depend on that fan to be such a hardcore. Like they have AEW podcast, which is cool, but not every fan like podcasts. Give us an actual recap show.
But also too, during Dynamite, they never mentioned the podcast thing. They never mentioned certain things that you can watch. So
they just gotta just Ms. want to say one thing. Once they clean that up, because Hangman versus Swerve is fire. Like him burning down the house.
Yeah, no,
that's a moment.
Sweet.
Like the picture of him sitting there going viral, and you saw the whole point of that one was like you saw the evolution of him going crazy. Like, my nigga, you have disrespected me now, because I've been there.
I'm not gonna hold y'all. If this nigga don't win on Saturday,
it's a joke.
Throw it all away.
Yeah.
Throw it all. I put this on Bible. If Hangman Adam Page does not win that cage match on Saturday, throw the entire feud away. Just shoo, because then it would make no sense. Yeah. Because Swerve done already beat this nigga about 2-3 times anyway. So for him to not, he got a lick back, and for him to not really get the lick back, it's gonna be like, what the fuck?
I feel like a lot of times, just like, yes, this is good cooking, but I feel like it's still missing that umph to it. I feel like there's still so much they could do.
The umph that's missing is the belt.
Not even an umph. It was just.
I don't think they need the belt though.
It's not the belt.
But if you were to add, like, you know how you add a garnish to like a dish, the garnish would have been the belt, because then it would have been like how the Rhea and Liv shit. Like I'm gonna take everything from you in that moment. So where if Hangman was out here like, yo, I just burned down your house, your childhood house, and I'm gonna take the one thing that's left, which is your belt. That might have taken
No,
it
that is cool
for
though,
me. It would
but
have taken
you
it a
know the
little
difference
level up for
between
me.
like Manny. You know the reason why that feud worked in WWE because it have layers to that. Hey, I infiltrated Dominic. Cool. Now Dominic laid us the fact that you know what, Dominic got treated like a man. Oh shoot, then another layers, and then on top of that, I took over your whole Judgment
Crew?
Day,
Yeah.
your whole crew. Layers. Hangman Page is just like, we kind of fought each other at this match.
Nah, I can't give you that. I can't give
Wait,
you
no,
that.
no.
Go ahead.
Like how that we kind of fought each other this match, this, that, and third. I feel like there's so much more story left to tell.
But I can't even. But the thing about it, I don't think there is much.
No, not that. So I feel like how the story was told, it could have been told a little bit better.
But I don't think that. I think it's being told perfectly.
I think now it is.
No, but even in the beginning, because they were building up. If this was the goal for them, like this, if this was written out, this was the perfect way.
But it had to be. You had to. They had to sit because this has been a year now. They had from a year ago had to be like, all right, listen, this is how we gonna roll.
But that's what I'm saying. So like, it's well done because you're seeing the evolution of it. This is long-term storytelling. Like it keeps getting worse and worse and worse.
And this is the recap. You know what it is though? The reason why I said the because they didn't have that recap to show from the beginning until now.
And maybe they'll do it. Maybe they'll do it.
Well, they have, because I think Collision is actually going against SmackDown this week. So Collision will be on, and then they'll have, I think, at 10 o'clock, the special that they have for All Out. Okay, and they may do something there. They may do something
there because, and it works. But the thing about it, I just love what they're doing. And I get what you're saying about the title, the garnish, but bro, this is two men.
It's one of those things that it doesn't necessarily need the title, but I already knew that wasn't gonna happen. Even though I told y'all before, Heyman should have won that fucking thing to then challenge him for the belt, and he should have kept the belt. But I already knew that wasn't gonna be a thing. But actually, one thing, and then we'll go into like Bash of Berlin real quick, and then we'll talk about this week in wrestling real quick. But one thing I actually do want to highlight is on the recap side of for WWE. What I love that they've been doing is they've been giving it a more of a sports feel. And it was the wildest thing how the other day I really realized it, because when Raw came up and then on the bottom they showed like the commentators, they showed the ring announcer, they showed the backstage, reporters. I thought that was dope. Even halfway through Raw, they'll recap on the bottom like this person defeated this person's the number one contender. Like they've been doing that more recently, I've appreciated that because it's giving me that sports feel.
Their new producer is fire.
Yo, off the chain.
I don't know who this nigga is. But I keep saying this. We thought we were eating filet mignon with Kevin Dunn.
Niggas is tomahawk right now.
But we were eating hamburger helper.
Yeah.
And we didn't even know.
Yeah. We like hamburger helper.
We didn't know that we were eating hamburger helper and cheap cheese and that type of thing. We thought we were eating good. You know when you were a kid and your mom don't got that much money?
But hamburger helper,
you don't know. You don't know any better.
I just want to say.
You don't know.
Yeah. Nigga, hamburger helper is borderline low middle class food.
Nah, listen.
Like where you go from
it's definitely a Monday night
to like real salmon, two different things.
You can pronounce the L on salmon?
No.
What? Wait.
It's salmon.
Salmon.
What's it? Salmon?
Yeah.
It's salmon.
Okay. Retract it. Where you go from canned salmon?
Yes. Look at you.
Wait, we go from canned salmon to actually fresh caught salmon. Two different
things. Like hamburger helper.
Hamburger helper is elite. So
it's not. Listen. When your taste buds start getting a little fancier, and you realize what you've been eating, when you actually eat something good, you're like, damn, I didn't know why. Listen, when you eat actual ramen, not the ramen in the bag, even though I fucks with it, I still fucks with it.
Yeah, but real ramen is different.
And or cup of noodle, I still fucks with it.
Yeah.
I'm hollering.
So Zuka stayed. So quick story. So Zuka stayed with me, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, fuck, I got nothing for him to eat. So I ordered something off Uber Eats, like the grocery store. And it was a gallon of water, 2 cup of noodles, and a bag of Doritos. Like, yo, here, here's something for you to take care of. That was his breakfast and dinner.
This nigga didn't even ask him, what do you eat? What would you like? Like when Stephanie Hardy stayed with me, I cooked her breakfast. She had pancakes in the morning. Like, nigga, you gotta host people. Yeah. You can't just be like, yo,
I gave this nigga
a bed.
For
yourself.
You gave this nigga a bed, cable, AC.
This nigga has a whole house in South Carolina.
Hold on. AC, He got linen that smelled fresh, smelled like the morning dew, delicious
But it
lavender.
doesn't change the fact that you gave him ramen noodles.
It doesn't change the fact that you didn't ask this nigga what he would like. Like,
So,
what if
hold on,
the nigga had allergies? What if the nigga had dietary restrictions?
Hold on.
Thank you.
Nobody's
girl.
allergic to ramen.
You don't know that.
Who's allergic to ramen?
You don't know that.
They one person allergic to ramen.
No, I'm just saying. Listen, as somebody that's worked in the restaurant business for quite some time, niggas have allergies that you wouldn't even. You be like,
That
what?
he shouldn't be eating food.
Yo, like when people when people call up and be like, y'all have vegan options, we are a deli. No, we don't have that. No.
No.
Well, they're stupid.
Or they call and they be like, yo, I have a soy allergy. What? Okay.
Yo, so I left and he had a gym to go to.
He gave him the New Jersey hospitality. Let me be clear. This nigga lives in Jersey.
But still, he got to walk around in Newark.
It's a dangerous ass part. He wouldn't know if he crossed the street, he'd be in the hood, and if he stay on the other side,
he went to the hood. You see, Zuka got a strong face. He alright.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna talk
He was mad cool.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, nigga, if you gonna host people. Just be like, hey, what do you,
bro?
Do you like?
I treated him good, and then we get back from JobberSlam. I had Trevor Aeon, the vampire niggas.
Vampire in Brooklyn. That's what I call him.
So he was there. I said, nigga, you want some tacos? I ordered tacos for him.
The final meal.
Taco
was
Bell,
a real meal.
But on top of that, Zuka went to Afropunk.
Zuka was living good, son. Zuka went to Afropunk.
I'm not saying he wasn't living good. I'm just saying.
Sure Zuka ate. I gave him food and everything like that.
We took care of Zuka.
When you host people,
no,
I hosted him. Well. You just say, hey, like if you came to my house, I'd be like, hey, what things do you like?
But you're a woman.
What type of snacks do you like? Like when Stephanie came and stayed with me, I was like, yo, do you like what type of snacks do you like?
Nigga, we are niggas. Here is ramen. Here is some water. Here is some Doritos. Enjoy.
Nigga said Doritos. What if nigga didn't eat Doritos?
I'll be honest with you.
Have you seen Zuka?
I like Cool
Ranch. You think this nigga don't eat? I bought Cool. Everybody loves Cool Ranch.
I ain't gonna front.
I prefer Cool Ranch.
I bought this nigga Zuka Cool Ranch a bag, and you know what? I woke up the next morning, that shit was gone.
What did you order for yourself?
I didn't order nothing. I went to work.
Okay.
So why you didn't give him like, some bread, mayonnaise?
Nigga didn't give him
ham,
the essentials
cheese
at all.
Why am I giving ham and cheese, bro?
So give me multiple sandwiches. What the fuck?
Get your man. Get your brother. B.
I'm coming back home.
Get your brother. B.
We gonna eat when I come back home.
Yo, it was so funny because.
Come on.
Oh, Stephanie, you like Cool Ranch, girl. Questionable.
Could I bought him some Caribbean? Nigga, no. He's Southern. They don't like Caribbean food.
That's probably true though.
Nah. Some people don't fuck with Caribbean food like that.
Yeah, but it's more because they don't even they don't have that.
They're like, it's spicy. So nigga, bitch.
Can I be honest with you? I don't mess with all Southern food like that either.
I don't like collard greens.
Me either.
Oh really?
I don't know why niggas like collard greens.
This shit is mad soggy.
No,
it's
like
soggy. There's no texture to it.
I like collard greens.
And niggas want to put a whole pig in it. Heat it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put some like turkey.
No, that's
that shit is nasty, son.
Nasty. Nobody makes it right. No.
My grandmother.
Minimum.
Shout out to my grandmother. My grandmother turned 77 yesterday. My grandmother makes bomb ass cabbage.
But is it crunchy though?
Yeah, my grandmother's from South Carolina.
No. How many crunches?
You said how many crunches?
Yes.
What do you mean crunches for cabbage?
When you eat certain vegetables, it gotta be certain amount of crunches.
Nah, but you know what? That's a preference though, because I don't like that crunch shit ain't for me. I don't want crunchy shit.
I'm with him. I like my
shit.
Y'all
niggas is Haitian, so y'all have a different texture than anybody else. So there that goes.
Everyone's getting tight at you. Lies. Wilkins. Southern people like Caribbean food.
No, they don't.
Y'all barely like
Spicy
Caribbean music.
Food. I don't have a lot of Caribbean places like that in Belvington.
But spicy food and Caribbean food are two different things, though. Like you can have Indian food and that's spicy.
No, there's a different type of spice that Caribbean people use.
Yes, different type of spice, yeah.
But
and the best rice in the world come from Haiti. Facts.
Oh, God.
These niggas be facts. They be acting like the like Nigerian got the best rice. Nigga, no.
I'm hollering.
They be acting like Ghana got the best rice. Nigga, no. It's IET.
Southern rice is not that great.
But it's first of all, you don't even say Southern rice. Rice is rice in
No.
You got
don't cook rice then.
No,
you don't cook rice.
Well, I'm Spanish, so I'm eating yellow rice all the time. Ask Michael Bostic. It's yellow rice for me. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Haitian got the best rice, dogs.
Oh, that's what y'all like. That's okay.
Nah,
that's
man.
fine.
Worst mac and cheese though, Jamaicans and Haitians. Worst mac and cheese.
West Indians, yeah. The
Shit's
way
a
that
brick. That shit is a
trash.
brick.
it's like they sometimes they make it like it's like a pie, or it's just it's
shit is trash.
weird.
Trash.
Now,
Anywho, this week in wrestling, real quick. Well, we came Bash of Berlin. One up, one down, real quick. Bash of Berlin
up CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre.
strap match, one of the best strap matches
It wasn't
in a very long
It
time.
was not better than him and CM. I mean, him and MJF. Him and MJF was better though. I prefer.
Nah,
it.
Down. I think it was not enough matches. I think I won like 1 or 2 more matches.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But
But
on
on
the
the
bonus-
matches.
No, I've realized WWE has maybe appreciate quality over quantity. So like if we could be in and out in 5, okay, cool.
Nah,
But I think I do agree with you. I think maybe one more match would have definitely
One more.
offsetted it a
One more,
little bit
yeah.
more. 2 more would have been too
so.
much for me.
We're still playing the game. We're still wondering if Triple H is racist.
No, we're
because-
not.
because-
We're not playing.
Oh,
I'm
hold
not
on, no,
playing
no,
that
no,
game.
no.
I'm not playing that
He
game.
did put the title on back on Jade and Bianca.
I'm not playing this game with y'all. I'm
That was
not.
a good match. That was mild. Like a lot of people was shit on Jade. Like, oh Jade, you don't like how to you don't do what you do in AEW. This that
She didn't do
third.
nothing in AEW.
Like
Absolutely nothing.
Like how that
And she
I
knows
felt that how
Everyone
that
knows that.
Jade was that girl. Where okay, Jade treated AEW like she treat one of these 13 niggas that she have on the roster. Meaning that the 13 nigga buy anything that she wants. She probably give him a little cutty every once in the blue moon,
She's married.
and that's it.
Oh, she definitely is married.
She's married.
No. I understand. I'm talking about AEW. How you treat AEW. I feel like AEW don't know how to treat black women.
I say that a little louder. Oh, okay. I like it.
You feel me?
Okay.
But what about Willow? Like if you cannot get along with Willow, you're a fucked up person. Period.
Well, Sasha Banks got the biggest contract in professional wrestling for a woman. She black.
Okay.
What about Swole? She don't like black.
Uh-huh.
All right.
There's levels.
We're moving on.
There's levels.
Moving on.
Wait. Backtrack. You think that I've been reading this on the internet. You think that AEW giving out these big contracts is bad for wrestling?
No.
No.
I'm all listen on the business side. If you're gonna get that bag, get that bag.
So
If you have an appelling case of presenting your value, because it's the same like with football or like basketball, it's the same concept. If you have value and you have showcased your value and you presented your case of your value and they see that, then that's fine. Now, as the fan, if you don't see the return on investment as the fan, then that's when you start to question, like, was that, is it worth giving that person all that money?
But reason why I don't mind it, because at the end of the day, wrestlers are very underpaid regardless.
Yeah, but I also think like that's why I don't shade Mercedes Sasha Banks. I don't shade her for getting the bag.
Never.
Because for me, and it's the same concept, but like when I think about co-owning a promotion, if you are able to break that barrier and break that wall down, then everybody else can come through and everyone else can do the same thing. So like if she's gonna be that's okay. If she's gonna be the trendsetter in terms of women getting what they are owed and what they are due, then I can respect that. Now, the return on investment though,
okay,
that's on the business side of things, that's a very different thing.
And this is what
because it's like if this person that you're paying all this money for is not bringing in ratings, is not merchandise, is not getting asses and seats, then that's where that conversation goes.
And the thing about it is like when it comes to her, you can't blame that on Tony because she got creative control.
Well,
so
he gave her, so he gonna get some of that blame.
No.
He gonna get some of that.
Of course. But I'm looking like how that the much control you have over your career and still not producing the way you producing, you can't blame no one else but yourself.
But you know what? I don't care. And I'll tell you why I don't care, because y'all both said something that I'm 100% on. Number one, wrestlers are severely underpaid. They put their bodies on. They like football. Wrestlers are like football players.
Yeah. Yes.
They're severely underpaid, and that's just what it is. Also, you raise the bar because okay, the bar now is set. Let's say she is making $10 million a year. I'm just giving an example. The next person that comes in, Becky Lynch. Say Becky Lynch wants a contract extension. Yo, I just sold this much when we when I'm on TV, the needle moves here, and I'm on a number one show in the world, number one promotion in the world. So y'all got to give me more than Sasha. Y'all got to give me more than that.
But also, too, it may not always be. I mean, yes, it's going to be about the dollar, but also, too, I think there are other things when dealing with contracts that somebody like a Becky Lynch may want to put into our contract, like certain opportunities, because this week everybody found out that Damian Priest was offered the role for Black Panther, and he couldn't take it because WWE told him he couldn't take it. So like you get into this realm of when you are your own brand. And I think Becky Lynch is a great example because she's working on her brand now more than anything. When you restructure your contract, you're looking at, all right, yeah, the money got to be right, but also the things that I do outside of the ring has to be right too. And I think that's where, as wrestlers and entertainers, where that kind of goes hand in hand, because you're looking at, and that's why, like, even with Jade, all of them was on Family Feud the other week and shit like stuff like that. Like, you want to think about, like, all right, in my contract, what do I, I want to do stuff in the ring, but I want to do stuff outside of the ring too. And I want to have those opportunities as well.
That's fine, but it's also like, at the end of the day, people want to take care of their family. Because companies will give you perks instead of paying you. Because they can write that off. And so what I'm just saying, it's the fact that the bar has been raised. Now they're saying that Swerve, the rumor is Swerve got paid too much for his value, whatever, blah, blah, blah. People's like, oh, I don't see him as a star. Well, at the end of the day,
he's a star for them.
Exactly. He's a star for them, and everything. You have to ask for more now.
Yeah,
we're in an era.
You sacrifice so much to leave this big company. Well, the company let you go, but you go from there to there, and you work your way up, and you continue to everything that you've asked to been done. You did. You have every right to be like, if you're at the table saying like, "Yo, I deserve X amount of dollars. I deserve X, Y, and Z."
At the end of the day, it always goes back to from basketball. Jaylen Brown, I think that right now, like he's on a 250 million. I think the next one like close to like 300 million, right? If they could offer those players that kind of boo-boo amount of money, how much money are they actually getting off these players? And people forget that is from merch, everything like that. You probably only getting like 1/10 of what you're supposed to get. And at the end of the day, if I'm doing all this for your company, fuck WWE. How you feel about me? And in fact, you feel like, oh, I should deserve this. Why not? This reminds me with Gilbert Arenas. They gave him the money. It reminds me with even with the Knicks, OG. Some people feel like, oh, we overpaid for OG, this, that, and third, blah, blah, blah. But the value he brought to the team, they feel it's worth it. So why not sign it?
But it's also the fact that WWE is a publicly traded company.
Yes.
So their money's a little bit more unlimited. Their money's in a different spot.
So yeah.
Their money's a little bit longer. Like Scott Hall said this. The reason why Vince couldn't pay him more, because the more he paid him, the less Vince made.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's publicly traded.
Okay, yeah.
It's publicly traded, and that's it.
All right, real quick. All Out viewing party this Saturday at Legends. So make sure to come out if you're in the tri-state area. Real quick, we're gonna give our predictions for AEW's All Out being in Chicago, Illinois. Now you know I can't see that, but I have it here on Wiki. I'm gonna go. Well, Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander in the Chicago street fight. Who do you guys have?
Willow Nightingale.
Okay. Made last night, random as fuck. You got the Young Bucks going against Cesaro and Wheeler Yuta for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. The Bucks. We have Will Ospreay versus Pac for the AEW International Championship. Ospreay. We got Okada in a 4-way match. They always put this thing in a 4-way. But it'll probably end up, because I think on Collision is when they have the matches to determine who's going to enter those slots. I think it'll be Orange Cassidy. I think it'll be Mark Briscoe, and I think it'll be Takesha. I would love to see Takesha win, but Okada will probably still retain. MJF versus Daniel Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
New York, upstate New York versus downstate New York. That's when them niggas
Garcia.
started going at each other. I was like, yo, this is just Battle of New York, real quick.
Garcia.
I actually see Daniel Garcia winning.
Me too.
Mercedes Moné versus Sheeta for the AEW TBS title. We got Daniel Bryan versus Jack Perry for the AEW World Championship.
Who?
Daniel Bryan and Jungle Boy.
Oh,
Daniel Bryan's winning. We all know this.
Okay. Oh, now everybody wants to say Daniel Bryan winning.
You lose to Christian. Watch.
Yo, is that like cash in like a Money in the Bank situation?
Yeah.
I need somebody to explain that. Like,
Yeah.
I think that had that. Honestly, though, son, Christian should be world champion.
Christian's the best heel on
yeah,
TV
he's the better
right now.
heel.
The Edge too.
Oh yeah. And then last but not, when did they get? First of all, when did they announce it was an unsanctioned lights out smash? Like, are the lights gonna be out?
Yeah. No. It's not lights out. I'm sorry. It's unsanctioned.
No, it says it on here. Unsanctioned lights out steel cage match.
What does the lights out mean again?
I don't know, but if the lights ain't out, I don't want it.
Yo, internet. What does lights out means in AEW again?
What does it?
It's unsanctioned, so that means it's not on the books.
No.
So the lights out is part of it. I don't know what it is. Okay.
That's stupid.
Let's look it up real quick.
Hold on, let me see if I can click on lights out. A variant of a hardcore match is a non-sanctioned, unsanctioned, or a lights out match. In addition to the match not having any rules, the objective being achieving a pinfall submission anywhere the match is not officially recognized by the promotion. That's stupid. But Swerve Strickland versus
a professional wrestling match where the lights are
no.
I don't know.
It's stupid. Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page. And an unsanctioned.
Like you said,
listen, if Hangman has to win, if he does not win, him burning the house down was for nothing.
No reason.
But once again, we want to thank everybody that joined us this late morning, early afternoon, or whichever time you may be watching or viewing this. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We want to once again thank everyone that had a hand into JobberSlam 4. The road was not easy, but the finish line was well worth it. So we want to thank everybody that had a part in that. The sponsors, the fans, Joakim, of course, and the whole team at Battle Club, Fallout Shelter, everybody there. Shout outs to them. Once again, shout outs to all my Virgos celebrating birthdays. Happy birthday. I will be celebrating my birthday this weekend at the Giants home opener. Let's go Giants. Football season is back. If you have not watched, the Kansas City Chiefs defeated the Baltimore Ravens last night in a really, really great game. Tonight, Sir Wilkins Eagles are in Brazil, facing the Green Bay Packers. The first time ever football is in South America. So this is really exciting for them. And then once again, we're at Legends this Sunday for All Out. So make sure to come out and support. As always, I'm Janelle from HR here with Sir Wilkins and Mrblacc. # Black Excellence. #
So we got the hands in motion. If you go with rolling, no need to focus. Traveling states and over oceans. You gotta wait till your coast chosen. Trying to have lines outside the show like Harry Potter releases at Barnes & Noble.